Hello and welcome. Deputy Head of the Sovereignty Council, Malik Aqar, met in his office yesterday with the Commissioner of the Ministry of Education, Dr. Ahmed Khalifa. Aqar reviewed the progress of the Control Committee for the 2023 Sudanese Certificate Examination, the result of which were announced on April 10th on the period between 20th and 30th. The meeting discussed arrangements for the 2024 Sudanese certificate examinations and the coordination with the UNHCR and UNICEF to ensure that Sudanese students in Chad sit for this year's examination. The meeting addressed the Sudanese certificate examination fees for the student outside Sudan, regarding which discussion will be issued soon. Members of the Sovereignty Council, Abdullah Yahya, affirmed the commitment to treating the wounded in the battle of dignity. He described the sacrifices of the Sudanese people as embodying the true meaning of the patriotism and bringing back national and moral responsibility in the confronting of the plot against the nation. During his inspections yesterday of the wounded and injured in the operation in Atbara, River Nile State, Yahya affirmed the leadership determination to continue the series of victories and liberate Sudan in honor of the souls of the martyrs and the sacrifices of the wounded and injured. Minister of Finance and Economic Planning Dr. Jibril Ibrahim revealed efforts to open new market for gold exports to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, and Oman. He acknowledged during a briefing conference that 80% of gold is produced by private sector, which is responsible for the marketing. He noted that the war caused the stock exchange project to be delayed, emphasizing that the state seeks to encourage investors through these new markets. He indicated that the state has seized all means previously operated by the militia, which smuggled gold from the Sengomin in South Darfur state. Military sources revealed that the hundreds of Rapid Support Force RSF militia members suddenly fled their areas in the operation in the neighborhoods of Ma'mura, Riyadh, Al-Jirayf East, Arkawit, and Burri in Khartoum state. According to the source, the RSF militia left to Jabal Awliya, coinciding with the heavy defeats that the militia suffered in the recent weeks in central Khartoum North, and the East Nile, where the armed forces took control of large parts of Khartoum state. Saudi delegations, including representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Saudi Fund for Development, and the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and the Relief Center, arrived in the country today for a 2-day visit. The visit aims at discussing urgent projects Sudan needs in the coming period. The delegations will meet with officials for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Economic Sector ministries to discuss reconstruction issues. Israeli strikes across Gaza killed at least 23 Palestinians. On Tuesday, local health officials said the Israeli military reassumed its campaign against Hamas in Gaza a week ago, shattering a 2-month ceasefire. Since then, nearly 700 people, mostly women and children, have been killed, Palestinian health officials said. South Sudan First Vice President Riek Machar has accused Uganda of violating a United Nations armed embargo by entering the country with armored and air force units and conducting airstrikes around the country. In a letter addressed to the UN, African Union, and the IGAD regional bloc, Machar said Uganda's military intervention in South Sudan had violated a 2018 peace deal, which ended a brutal 5-year civil war. A deadly wildfire in South Korea worsened overnight, officials said. More than a dozen different places broke out over the weekend, with the safety minister reporting thousands of hectares burned and 4 people killed. The wildfire have so far affected approximately 14,694 hectares, with the damage continuing to grow. Safety Minister Ko Ki-dong said the extent of the damage would make this fire the third worst in the Korean history. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.